It's 12 a.m. at night. The entire town, the entire city is quiet. Everyone is sleeping, but your eyes are open. The phone screen is glowing on your face. You can't sleep. Because in the morning, someone said something to you which stick to in your thoughts, at the marketplace, at the office, or in the family. It may be a small taunt, or maybe someone just ignored you. Now the person who said it is sleeping peacefully. He didn't even think about what he said. But you've been replaying that one line in your head for the past 4 hours, thinking, I should have said this. Next time I meet him, I'll tell him. How did he insult me like that? Sounds familiar, right? You're fighting a battle in your mind with someone who isn't even there. This story feels familiar, right? Of course it does, because it's your daily story and so mine. Sometimes it's your boss, sometimes a friend, and sometimes a neighbor. Someone comes, ruins your mood, and you give away your peace, your sleep, and your time. Now I want you to listen carefully. This will sound bitter, but it's the truth. When that person spoke, he just threw a few words into the air. But what did you do? You caught them. He pressed a button inside you and you started dancing like a puppet. Anger, irritation, tension appear on your forehead. Now what does this mean? It means the remote control of your life is not in your hands. It's in someone else's. He changes the channel and your mood changes. He increases the volume. Your blood pressure rises. This is how slaves live, and this is what you're doing. But today, this slavery will end. Today I'll tell you something that's not found in books, something learned from real-life blows. Today we'll talk about how to snatch your remote back, how to become so strong that someone presses your buttons and you don't even feel it. For that, here is the most lethal weapon for this, and that is called ignoring. But ignoring isn't as simple as people think. You do it the wrong way and you'll look like an idiot. But if you do it the right way, and you'll look like a king. Today we'll talk about the art of ignoring that turns an ordinary person into a table player. This video is about 3 things. First, why do you melt at everything? What is your programming? And when should you ignore and when not? Second, who are the people sucking your blood? Identify them. Third, how to actually ignore. This is the most important, because this will define whether you will look like an idiot or like a king. We will talk step by step without looking weak. First, let's clear a misunderstanding. You've heard people say, the one who stays silent rules. You will find many motivational speakers saying that. Just ignore, don't react, but wait. This is half-truth, and half-truth is even more dangerous than a lie. If you live in a town or a small city, and you stay quiet about everything, people won't see you as a king. They'll see you as a weak man. They'll think you have no strength, will walk all over you, and will crush you. Here in this modern world, a decent man is often considered weak. So what should you do instead? Shout at everything? Grab collars? No, that's even more foolish, and you will look like a pro-idiot. If a dog barks and you bark too, then what's the difference? So what's the right thing you can do? The right path is what Machiavelli explained 500 years ago. He said, be a lion and a fox. You should know how to use silence, not become a slave to it. There are 2 types of silence. Understand this. The first is the silence of weakness. When someone insults you and you look down in fear, your hands shaking, you're quiet because you're scared. This silence will destroy you. The second is the silence of a hunter. A lion doesn't roar before hunting. He becomes calm. His eyes are on the target and he doesn't move. This silence scares the other person. You need this second kind of silence. When someone provokes you, when someone presses your buttons, don't respond immediately. Words spoken in anger will harm you. Your weakness is that you've been trained to seek approval. Since childhood, you were taught, what will people say? Our parents taught it and the society taught it that be a good person. So when someone says something bad about you, you suffer. You ask yourself, how can I be bad? You start explaining to justifying them things that they don't deserve. And that's where you lose. Remember, the one who explains looks weak. The one who moves on without speaking looks strong. But moving on silently doesn't work everywhere. This is very important, because ignoring is a weapon, and it doesn't work everywhere. So now should be asking that, when should I not ignore? If someone talks about your family, your parents, sister, wife, you don't ignore. You stand your ground and take action. If someone directly attacks your dignity in front of everyone, staying silent is weakness. If the same person keeps suppressing you again and again, ignoring is giving permission for suppressing you again and again. If at a professional level someone keeps stealing your credit, you must take action. If you stay quiet, you'll lose your job. Now here's the other question. When should you ignore? You should ignore. When some random roadside clown trolls you, engaging with them will always lower your status. When a distant relative taunts you once a year, what's the point of fighting? When someone talks nonsense on social media, they won't even remember your name tomorrow. When someone is jealous and wants a reaction, don't give it, just don't give it. Understand the difference. Silence everywhere is wrong. Noise everywhere is wrong. The truly wise person knows when to do what. Now the question is, who is raising your blood pressure? There are 3 types of parasites in your life who suck your energy. Identify them and eliminate them. First, jealous enemies. These are people who burn when they see your progress, often around you, sometimes disguised as friends. So now the question is, how do you identify them? Well, when something good happens to you, a new bike, a new job, they'll always say, "Congratulations," but their eyes will say, "Why him?" They'll find faults like, "Nice bike, but mileage is low." The greatest revenge against them is to rise above them. Let them rot. Yes, let them rot. Responding to them gives them respect. Become a mystery. Tell them nothing. Leave them in chaos. When they don't get information, they starve and suffer. Second is critics, the free advisors, people who've achieved nothing themselves, spectators who want to tell John Barton how to bat. They are not necessary to be stranger. They could be your uncle or your closest friends. They will say things like, "Don't do this business, you'll sink. Prepare for a government job." Listening to them means digging your own grave. Don't argue with them. Just say, "Yes, uncle, you're right," and do what you want. Arguing makes them feel their opinion matters. Don't give them that satisfaction, because they don't deserve. Third and most dangerous, the energy suckers. They don't look like enemies. They come as victims to you, always crying, saying things like, "My luck is bad, everything goes wrong for me." When you meet them, your battery feels drained. They eat your time and mind. They might be friends or even family. A person stuck in a swamp pulls you down too. Help them if you can, but don't become their trash can where they dump their problems daily. Keep some distance from them. Answer calls very less. Give them short responses. The solution for all 3 is the same. Protect your energy. Your attention is your currency. Don't waste it on people who don't respect you. Have you ever thought what happens in someone's mind when you ignore them? This is very powerful. Psychologists say the brain processes being ignored the same way it processes a slap. When you don't reply, when you don't react, the other person's mind goes crazy. Why? Because the human brain can't tolerate the unknown. When you fight, they know what's happening. But when you do nothing, they don't understand. Why didn't he respond? Am I so worthless that he won't even fight me? These questions spin in their head, day and night, and they are getting crazy. Imagine this. A colleague or classmate tries to humiliate you in front of everyone. He expects you to explode with anger and start abuse him. But you just look at him for a moment, without emotion, and go back to your work, as if he doesn't exist. What will happen? He'll go crazy. He'll go home thinking, why didn't he react? He'll talk about you more after you ignored him than if you had fought him. You live rent-free in his mind now, without doing anything. People want closure. They want an ending. even through a fight. It's a tennis game. They throw the ball so you hit it back. If you don't hit it back, the game ends. They'll stand there alone with the racket like fools. Notice this too. When you ignore them, first they get confused, then louder and more aggressive. That's desperation. That's weakness. The calmer you stay, the crazier they get, and others. Others will be watching him. They see who's in control. The biggest revenge is your growth and your peace. When they see you happy and progressing without them, that's their real punishment. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake you make. It may hurt you, but I'll say it. You're cheap. Your market value is low. Market rule is, when supply is high, price falls. Potatoes are cheap when trucks are full. Gold is expensive because it's rare. Look at your life. You're available for everything. Phone rings, you pick up. Message comes, you reply. People don't respect you because you're always available. You're taken for granted. You need to become a little expensive. By expensive mean not arrogant, just selective. Don't distribute your time to everyone. If a friend doesn't pick up your call twice, don't call the third time. Stop replying instantly. Stop saying yes immediately. Show that your life is busy. If someone makes last-minute plans, don't always agree. When you're not always available, they start value you. But keep in your mind, don't use this attitude with your parents, close friends, or spouse. That's a foolish act you will do in your life. Be strong for your own people. No ego at home. Don't be a lion inside the house. Be one outside. Context matters. If you look needy, please talk to me. I am alone. Please give me this job, blah, blah, blah. Remember, people will squeeze you and crush you. But if your eyes say, if it happens, great. If not, I'm fine. People are drawn to you. The world runs after confidence, not desperation. Set your own price. Now, how do you actually do all this? When someone taunts you, anger takes over. Carl Jung, a great psychologist, said there's an animal inside you who wants anger, hatred, and violence. If you don't control it, it will control you. You must become its master. Start training the animal inside you today with 3 steps. Step 1. Pause. When someone presses your button, don't speak immediately. Count 1, 2, 3. Ask yourself, do I really want to waste my time on this idiot? Those 3 seconds turn you from an animal into a human. Let me give you an example of a real situation. In an office meeting, your boss gives your credit to someone else. Now, if you argue publicly, it is a wrong move. Instead, stay quiet, then talk privately with proof. Step 2. The look. Don't look down. That's fear. Don't stare. That's aggression. Keep a cold, neutral look, like you're looking at a wall. No anger and no sadness. Your face must feel like a poker face. When your face becomes blank, the enemy gets confused. Let me give you an example of a real situation. At a family function, a relative taunts you. When will you get married? No job yet, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you explaining angrily, it is a wrong move. Instead, give a light smile and said, "It's going on. Everything will happen in time." Then change the topic. Step 3. Delay. If someone messages or calls with nonsense, don't reply immediately. Put the phone down, drink water, and go out. After 2 hours, it won't feel that important. And if you reply, it'll be thoughtful. A calm reply hits like a bullet. An angry reply is just noise. Final thought. Life is chess. Most people are pawns, playing emotionally, reacting blindly. You must become a player. A player doesn't move in anger. He knows when to speak, when to stay silent, when to ignore, and when to act. The one who holds his own remote is the real king. Decide, pawn or player. Stop burning your blood over others at midnight. Take your remote back. For the next 7 days, whenever someone presses your button, pause for 3 seconds. Then decide, suffer or move on. Do it quietly for yourself. Real strength doesn't show off. It is to stay calm, but stay alert.